that wasn't the way we drew it out by any means. I just told our club we made some really uncharacteristic mistakes, put ourselves in a tough spot. I think when you do that and you don't get a great start on the mound, you're digging uphill, and I'm just very thankful for what Zach Davidson gave us. I feel like he stabilized the game for us and gave us a chance with some ABs to get back in it. And I knew Grant McGill would do something there. He's done it so many times in a tough spot. So I knew when Miggy walked, we probably had as good a guy as we could have at the plate. And again, it wasn't the prettiest, but it worked out. And I told our club, we didn't play real well, but sometimes toughness and fight and resiliency trumps that. And I felt that's what happened today.
All right, again, we'll open it up with questions for the student athletes first. If you do have a question, state your name and media affiliation, please.
Leonard Sickles, Tribune Star. Grant, you got the big moment today, right? Almost like the big spot, the big heroic finish here for you guys in the Sycamores. Can you walk me through as you're watching that 8th inning? Josue gets out there, gets the leadoff single. You guys tack on a run. Can you walk me through kind of your mind frame as you're seeing all this happening, and then you're going to get your spot to deliver?
Well, I mean, really, you see how the inning develops. You watch our guys go up there and just battle. They go up there just hard nosed, not going to get out. And that's all you can really ask from that part of the lineup. They were so tough today, and I could just tell, especially after Miggy got on it. It was time, and no matter how, I just wanted to get it done. Just wanted to get it done for the guys, and it worked out. It was awesome.
Great. Rick, similar to the THI TV, everybody knows you for your defense. How awesome when you can, show your bat at times. Like I said, everybody knows that for the defense when the bat comes through for you.
Like you said, I take pride in my defense, and I've been working all year to just continue. I've been working over really the past 3-4 years of just continuing that offensive side, and when it shows, no matter how it does, it feels awesome, and it's just another thing that I want to contribute even more to my team, just to help us win.
Michael Preston and still play down for both of you. When you're having to go uphill like that, and it's a hot day and all that, how valuable is it to have a crowd like that kind of pushing you along?
I feel like it's a really big deal because that adrenaline pushes me, and I know that I have my defense behind me, and they're feeling the same thing. So I know that we're going to just play defense, and all I got to do is throw strikes and use my defense.
Yeah, they're awesome. To see the community show up and support us like that, it means so much to us. And I can't express how grateful we are that the community's coming together like they are.
Matt, or Zach, quick similar again with the THI TV. Matt hasn't had very many bad starts this year. Obviously, rough day today. You come in and fill in for him. How much is this? I got your back. I'm going to carry this on and carry it for the team.
It was short for him, but I know that I have to pick him up. I have to come in there, throw strikes. I have to keep them where they are, right? Their runs and everything. I got to keep them there, and then I got to help Matt out, and then get it so we can score runs and play defense.
Zach, is it kind of like just par for the course? Keep going like you're a kid, high school, whatever it is. You just keep going like you're always doing, and just hope that those batters come along and you guys can see through the win.
I feel like the adrenaline's just pushing me through, honestly.
I can help you on that. Not with Gongora on the mound today. It wasn't anything like high school.
Patrick Gillen.
Yeah, Patrick Gillen with D1 Baseball. Grant, can you tell me about that? 2 moments. The actual swing, what you were looking for. I think you had 2 strikes there, so I know you were just looking to get that ball play. And 2, recording that final out to pull us out the win.
Yeah, I'll go for your second part first. I had all of the confidence in the world that Jared was going to get him out, and it was just a matter of how, After that previous K, and then, the pop-up, I'd trust him to face any hitter in all of Division I baseball. And, especially after that strikeout, in the back of my head I was like, all right, he shut the door, better bit. And then the first part, I mean, he landed both those front door sliders, and I was like, all right, I got to strap it on. I got to put a bat on the ball, you know. And I was thinking, you know, I hadn't seen a fastball yet, and odds are, I mean, he could try and sneak it by, but I mean, sometimes I like to shoot that ball the right side, the fastball, so they wanted to save something in my opinion. And he threw another one of those backdoor sliders, but this one stayed a little straighter, it was a little harder, and I just got my hands on it. And the rest is history.
Question right there.
Sorry. Grant PWTO, to win this game, as Coach said, when you guys didn't play your best, what can that do? This is a marathon, it's not a sprint, but what does that do for you guys moving forward? Certainly everything resets tomorrow, but to come back and win like that, what does that do to boost the team?
I think it just reinforces the character that our team has 1 through 9 and in our pitching staff. You know, we're going to come up and we're going to show up and play good ball every day, you know. And I mean, I'm just so proud of them and that we get to, you know, play another day. And the plan is just keep playing until we get the ball taken out of our hands.
All right, that'll do it for the players. Just a reminder that the locker rooms are closed, but if you do have additional questions, just get with Seth and he can help arrange those for you. So players, you're dismissed. All right, so now we'll open it up for questions for Coach Hannes.
Coach, you said earlier in the week you had more media attention this week. You didn't know how like the SEC football did it with all the attention. Uncharacteristic errors early on from you guys. You think the guys were a little too amped up at the start of this game today?
I think it was a combination of a couple of things. I think, you know, I think the first mistake we made, we might have been just a little careless. I don't know that that had anything to do with jitters. And the second one we had at third, I think it was just a matter of a ball getting on somebody quicker than maybe it had to this point. And I think our guys understood very quickly, which we talked about, and I talked to my staff. I felt like those front 4 or 5 hitters, you better strap it on. They're tough outs. And I'm not so sure that Patrick isn't the best player we've seen all year. He's a special guy. The bat speed, the ability to hit the ball away from him, and you got to jam him to get him out. So I think a lot of things played into it, Rick, but I think there was obviously a little bit of emotion. And the hardest thing for young guys is to get away from playing with emotion. They get so emotional that it kind of grips them. And I felt like more than jitters was a little bit of emotion taking us over.
Yeah, speaking of emotion, I mean, Greg Coleman, the move to the bullpen to bring in Davidson, I mean, that's clearly settled things down, and Jason, you know, just didn't have his best day. But can you talk about that switch going from the righty to the lefty?
Well, Zach has been a big piece for us in the bullpen, and we knew he would command the arm side of the plate, which is something, you know, those 2 home runs ran back to him. And I knew that Zach would command the arm side and push the baseball away from him a little bit and then maybe work that slider off of it just to try to hold him at bay. There were still a couple of swings that, you know, probably could have gotten out if they hadn't hit him way up in the air. But I just felt like he was our best guy at the moment. And it's a tough spot because, you know, in my mind, I'm going back and forth. Do I want to waste a really good pin arm? Are we going to score? You know, you're going back and forth. There's so many things in your mind but I didn't want to just throw in the towel in that game. I felt like we were still in a place that if we could stabilize it and not let them score again, we might have a chance. But, you know, as soon as he started to stabilize the game, Gongora started throwing really well. And so I thought, gosh, we may not score again. But things just worked out.
Good.
Bob Cox from the Journal Review in Crawfordsville. 2 years ago, myself and my buddy here, we went down to Vanderbilt. And he reminded me on the walk to this tent, that game was very similar, where we led, Indiana State led the majority of that game. And does that experience obviously kind of come back and help?
You think about some of those. We've all been in those situations where you jump out to that 2 or 3 run lead and you're sitting in the dugout and you almost, I'm not going to say you start counting outs, but you start thinking to yourself, okay, if we can get to the 7th or we can get to the 8th. And I remember that Vanderbilt game well. I mean, we're thinking, man, if we could just get through the 7th inning here with the lead, we got a real shot. And things didn't work out. But yeah, those things are in the back of your mind. Just like a player that struck out the time before and how a guy, those cobwebs are always working back there.
Any more questions for Coach?
Coach, I've got one question. So you guys gotta play tomorrow at 6, right, for Game 4 of the regional, and you guys are gonna be looking at, you know, the winner of UNC Iowa tonight. What does that mean? You know, I know it means you're in the winners bracket, but what does that mean to get that game instead of be playing here tomorrow at noon?
Well, I guess the biggest thing is you're not coming in 0-1, and you feel like, you know, I think the other good piece of that is I don't have to listen to all the criticism that we didn't start Finlong, which I was also thinking about over there in the dugout. Boy, I'm going to get blasted for not throwing Finlong today. But I just felt like if we're going to make a deep run in this thing, we've got to line our pitching up a certain way to do it. And I feel like playing in that night game with Connor Finlong gives us the best chance to make a run at this thing.